Seemed like.
Um, yeah, it seems like you're eager to continue the PT or have some sort of I guess better or be in a better place, I guess.
Yeah.
As far as shit, your PT, I don't know how to call it, results go.
Yeah, well, it was frustrating because I didn't know if we were done. We were running it. We were scheduled. This was the last day that was scheduled. Was today. Clang. Shit. Shit. CJ. Oh, fucking asshole.
I was asking for it.
Fishing mailed. Boss. I like that. Oh, are you doing the heavy soldiers? Yeah, heavy infantry. Yeah, they're kind of tough, right?
Yes.
They're
Uh,
stronger.
just a smidge. Wait a minute.
That's the target. They're shit burgers. Just kill them. Um, yeah, part of it was I thought didn't know if we had any more PT scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
When I've been asking her, she's kind of avoiding the question. Like, but I guess she wasn't avoiding the question because she didn't like the answer. It was like she didn't understand the question. She was like, because today I said like this is the last PT we have scheduled, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, the same thing I've been talking about for days. Is we don't have anything else, you know." And she's like, "Oh, you're right. We don't have any more scheduled, but we have." Uh, oh, there's only two guys, or
Yeah, that's it.
oh, that's easy.
You see how I took him out though?
No, I didn't catch the first part. I saw you shoot him in the head. You just rocket launched him.
Yep, I locked onto them with the rocket launcher and
Put him on the ground.
yeah, basically. I was like, I was actually surprised that their
They
heavy armor like held up
they
to the blast.
survive.
Yeah.
No, the lady was like, uh, "Your doctor has authorized like unlimited PT sessions," and I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, nobody told me this. It may have been somewhere in some piece of documentation though. So, uh, and I don't know what I would have done with that information anyway. I would be here for infinity. Nice, not bad. So we rescheduled some more, but the problem was they're like, "Oh, our system should have told us that we were out. Like, the schedule was up, so we don't
Mm-hmm.
have like we have to like figure out how to fit you in the schedule because you're not scheduled, and it needs to happen, you know, in like 5 days, and our schedule's like full. So, womp 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 womp. You know, pain in the ass.
Yep.
She's like, "Can you come in at like 10 o'clock on Monday? Can you come in at like 3 in the afternoon on Wednesday?" All these like weird times. Which I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I can." And they're like, "Maybe someone will cancel. We can get you in at a better time and stuff." But they basically were like, "Yeah, our system fucked up. Should have warned us." And my mom's like, "Yeah, the system only warns you if you tell it to warn you." Like she had no sympathy for them as she's a registered nurse, you know. She's like, "Yep, you got to use your systems right, or they don't fucking work." She's like, no sympathy, you know.
Yep. Your mom's been in the business for a while, so it's like she understands how this stuff works, right?
Yeah, I mean, she did
Oh.
it for almost 40 years, you know. So then they were like, you know, I said, I don't like this pain in my forearm. I don't like this pain in the upper and lower bicep on the side, not at the surgery site, but on the side of the arm. Oh, it just opened up a bunch more.
These are in
Story.
Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because just to make it easier.
Go fucking
sorting
rocket launch
into-
some more dudes in Africa.
I'm gonna go rocket launch the shit out of Sahelanthropus.
Sahelanthropus.
I keep saying piss. It's Sahelanthropus. Instead of puss.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be fine. No one's gonna take it. Like, when are you gonna ever say Sahelanthropus in real life? You know.
Wasn't there some sort of organization in some of the earlier games that was called Philanthropist or something like that?
There's the Lalilule Low. Yeah, there's the there is some philanthropy thing because it was like it was like a donation driven organization that they took all the money for. That's why they have a bunch of money. You're totally right. I don't quite remember what that is though. You're onto something there. Like the Les Enfants Terribles and all that shit. It was a bunch of money. I want to say that it was money donated by families that had all their children killed in like World War One. So it was like this big fortune of like from families that weren't going to have any progeny, you know, like no children, and they all got killed. Let me check my new routine double quick. Oh, I just want to do 20 of these now. This is a little different.
Metal Gear Solid Philanthropy, something.
Yeah, I'll look it up. That's where all that money comes from. There's like a big pile of money in Metal Gear Solid 3 that Big Boss, the lady, was supposed to like retrieve, and then in order to like retrieve it for like a good outcome, she had to like pretend to have stolen it, basically become a villain. Like it's like the government was like, you pretend to steal it and then we'll get the money, and that way we can spend it on like good, for like a good cause, because otherwise we're gonna have to like split it with like corrupt governments or something like that. So it's this really twisted situation where she like ruins her what you call it, like a reputation for life. She had this amazing reputation, and she's like threw it away in order to like save the world essentially, and then gave you the moniker of Big Boss or whatever. Like you become boss, and she became like a villain. Everyone thinks she's a villain, but she's not, you know. Gonna fight the Sahelanthropus.
Good with that.
It's hard to beat the like tracking rocket, you know.
Yeah, but look at
The damage differential like double. Stopping power up.
freaking much. Yeah.
Well, as long as it doesn't dodge, you know. You can always order more, like a different weapon airdrop if it sucks.
Yeah, they've actually been. They've actually been. What should you call it? AS missile.
But so today she was like, we're gonna see why your bicep and your shoulder. I have this click in my shoulder, 2 pains in the upper and lower bicep on the side, and a pain in my forearm. And she's like, I'm pretty sure your forearm pain is just from the surgery. And, you know, because it has been sort of changing over time. It's not as severe. It doesn't come up as much. But the bicep pain is kind of persistent, and then was starting to get a pain in the lower bicep, but on the side. And I've always had this, ever since the surgery, I've had this click in my shoulder. I have a feeling that they're never going to get rid of the click. But we did this big, long, like, routine. It's like MMA. She was, like, putting my arm in, like, these, like, crazy arm holds and, like, pushing them with her, like, foot and heel and palm. And, like, does this hurt? And I'm like, well, other than the fact that you're, like, ripping my arm off, like, no. You know, it doesn't seem like it hurts in any way that shouldn't hurt. We were having a hard time kind of communicating because it was like, well, you're being kind of crazy, lady. Like, the things you're doing are so intense. But after about like 20 minutes of like trying all these different exercises, she was having me kind of sitting and making like snow angels, you know?
Okay.
Putting my hands like over my head and down to my side, like a snow angel style thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, what does that feel like? And I said, well, it clicks my right arm like clicks every time I do this. And she's like, oh, okay. And she put her hands on my like back and was like, keep doing it. And she's like, okay, I think I feel the click. And she's like, oh, wait a minute, keep going like this. She put her hands in a different spot, like keep moving your arms up and down. And she saw that like the scapula, the what do you call it? The back, in your back, the shoulder blades. The scapula, so when you put your arms up and down like in unison, your scapula kind of spread, and they go from like being up and down to making like a teepee shape in your back, you know, when you put your arms up. And she's like, your right scapula goes like your left goes smoothly and your right one kind of jumps, and like kind of starts and then it jumps and then it goes back to normal every time you do it. And so she's like, the small muscles here under your shoulder blades and near your ribs are like not, they're like misfiring. Something's wrong with them, you know, they're weak or stretched or bruised or something bad. She's her guess is that during the weeks that I had my arm like elevated, my right arm was like sitting on like a big cushion on my right hand side, and that injured that like the muscles got messed up sitting in that bad position. Oh, fuck you, Skip. I remember this shit. Anyway, so yeah, I have like a different routine that focuses a little bit on that. So that's good that we're like working on that. It makes sense. A lot of little things that happen after I go for a walk, those all make sense. Hopefully that'll work. I'll put up a video with more of it tomorrow, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else before I end this video?
Don't forget your Wheaties, kids.
Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions.